Once upon a time, deep in a peaceful forest, there stood a very tall tree. At the top of this tree lived an old and wise owl named Hoot. He had big, sharp eyes and was known as the wisest animal in the whole forest. All the other animals came to him for advice because they trusted him and knew he was always right. Hoot's nest was high above the ground, far from danger. He would sit on his branch every day, watching over the forest. From his high perch, he could see everything. If there was trouble or danger, Hoot was always the first to know. His calm and quiet nature made him respected by all. In the same forest, there lived a fox named Rusty. Rusty was very clever, but he was also very greedy. He always wanted more than he had, and was always looking for ways to get things that didn't belong to him. He would trick other animals to get what he wanted, and his greed often got him into trouble. One day, Rusty became jealous of Hoot. Everyone listens to Hoot because he lives in that tall tree, Rusty thought. If I take his place, all the animals will respect me too. Rusty's eyes gleamed with a mischievous idea. He wanted the tree for himself. Rusty decided to trick Hoot into leaving the tree. He went to the bottom of the tree and called out, "Wise Hoot, I've heard of a place even better than this tree. It's taller, safer, and much more comfortable. You deserve to live there. You should go and see it for yourself." Hoot, with his wise eyes, looked down at Rusty. He could tell right away that Rusty was up to something. Hoot smiled gently and said, "Thank you, Rusty, but I've lived in this tree for many years, and it has served me well. I am happy here." Rusty was disappointed that his trick didn't work, but he didn't give up. He thought to himself, "I need a better plan." That night, when everyone in the forest was asleep, Rusty crept back to the tree with a pile of dry sticks and leaves. He wanted to start a small fire to scare Hoot away from the tree. Just as Rusty was about to light the fire, Hoot swooped down from his branch silently. Rusty was shocked. "Rusty," Hoot said in his calm and wise voice, "you think you can trick me and take my tree, but greed always leads to trouble." Rusty was startled and felt ashamed. "I didn't mean to." Rusty tried to explain, but Hoot interrupted him gently. "This tree belongs to everyone in the forest," Hoot said. "If you try to take what isn't yours, you'll lose the respect of everyone here." Rusty knew that Hoot was right. His greed had made him act foolishly. He lowered his head in shame and ran away, leaving the sticks behind. From that day, Rusty learned his lesson. He no longer tried to cheat others and became more honest with the animals of the forest. As for Hoot, he remained in his tall tree, watching over the forest and helping the animals who came to him for advice. The other animals respected him even more, knowing that wisdom always wins over greed. Moral of the story: greed may seem like a quick way to get what you want, but wisdom and honesty will always lead to true respect and happiness.